All right, joining me here in studio is Clinton Wilkins, our mortgage guru, and there's lots to unpackage when it comes to what's happening here, Clinton, and we were just chatting about it. We talked about 3 or 4 massive issues, right?
Yep.
All right, so
we certainly have.
Yeah, so tell us what are some things from your vantage point from the mortgage side of things. Sagen, first of all?
Yeah, so Sagen's one of the mortgage insurers in Canada. So obviously there's the Canadian Mortgage Housing Corporation, Sagen, and Canada Guarantee. In essence, they all do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Sagen actually came out midweek through the week, and they said, any of our clients who are insured with Sagen, we will support a 6-month deferral for anybody who's in the impacted areas. Obviously, a lot of people don't know what the situation is. Where you live.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you've lost your home. Maybe your home is severely damaged. Yeah. It's going to be a long time, for these people to, get through the insurance process, figure out what their housing situation is, etc. So I think, with a mortgage insurer and one of the biggest mortgage insurers in the country coming forward to say, hey, we're going to support Canadians. We're going to support the people here in this region that are impacted, obviously is a great step. And I think, anybody who, has been in an impacted area, talk to your lender. Every lender on a case-by-case basis will do something for someone, Todd. Mm-hmm. And, if you've lost your home or if you're going to be displaced for a long period of time, talk to your mortgage lender. Mm-hmm. And, they will oftentimes offer you a deferral, regardless if it's part of the Sagen program or not. Right. Because, lenders don't want to have a loss. And it's going to take a long time to work through insurance. And we understand there's some people who are in financial hardship. Yeah. Like we've heard from some of our clients that might not be in the best financial health, and they've been displaced, something's happened to their home, and they're waiting for insurance to come. But guess what? To go rent an apartment or get a hotel, that takes money. Yeah. So, I really encourage, consumers to reach out to their lender. And if you're dealing with your insurance company, ask the insurance company for an advance on the claim money. Just say, what, I'm in a bit of financial hardship. I need some money to get, my life going here again. And there's nothing not honorable about, asking for help. And, I think everybody's here to help. And I really encourage anyone, it's challenging if you're not in your home to get, maybe your paperwork or find out what your mortgage number is or even get a hold of your mortgage lender. Reach out to me or our office and, we'll certainly point you in the right direction and give you some advice. We deal with mortgage lenders all day, every day. And, we were here through the pandemic, and I think it's going to be a very similar type of program that lenders are going to offer to homeowners. Yeah,
it's like anything. It's tough because people are incredibly stressed right now, and I'm sure that it's hard to get a hold of some of these people, right?
And sometimes it's the last thing on your mind. It's like, oh, my mortgage.
Right.
Well, you need to pay for housing somewhere.
Yeah.
Luckily, there are some shelters and things set up, or maybe you're living with friends or family. But what's the long-term solution? Right. And I think that that's something that people need to start thinking about now that hopefully the dust will start settling. Yeah. And, I think your financial future obviously can be impacted. If you're still paying a mortgage on a home that you're not living in, that can have significant financial impacts to families. So I think, ask for help, ask the right questions.
Right, but you have to continue paying that mortgage, right?
Yeah, you certainly need to continue paying that mortgage unless you have a deferral set up with your lender. So, I think the first step that you really need to do is, if you're not going back into this home, ask your lender for a deferral. I would say majority of lenders will work with borrowers because they understand, the hardship. Wildfires and, losses are not unique to this region. They happen across the country. So these lenders understand dealing with this type of situation. And, if you have a Sagen insured mortgage, you can rest easy because we know that that's going to be taken care of. They're going to work directly with the lenders to, get the deferrals going. But if you have a conventional mortgage or if you have a mortgage that's insured with, one of the other insurers, I would reach out to them and say, this is what my situation is. I need a little bit of help. I'm trying to get my, feet under me, and I'm trying to, figure out what's going to be the best for my household. And, they're going to work with you. And I think that if you do have any challenges, you can certainly reach out to, who your mortgage lender or your mortgage broker, and they're going to advocate on your behalf.
Right. Another story that I want to touch on before we run out of time is the insurance side of things. I read a story this morning that some insurance, well, tell the scenario. You're better versed than I am.
Yeah, we have closings that happen every single day, whether that's a refinance or a purchase. And I can tell you that, I've seen firsthand from consumers that purchases are not closing because they're within a certain radius of, where the fires have been happening. So many, home insurance companies have paused issuing new insurance, so binding people. And you need to have, obviously, insurance if you're going to be buying a home and getting a mortgage. That's one of the minimum requirements. So we've certainly seen purchases that were supposed to close Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today that now have been delayed, 1 week, 2 weeks, while they're trying to get a handle on what's going on with the insurance. So obviously, if you're in one of the impacted areas, that's probably going to be more challenging. I think that if you're buying a home outside of an area that's impacted, many insurers are just doing like carte blanche, 50 kilometer, 40 kilometer, 30 kilometer radius from the, epicenter of where the issues are. But in many cases, that encompasses, downtown Halifax and even into Dartmouth where, we know that there's no issues. I would certainly also maybe shop around for the insurance because there's certainly insurers that are still insuring.
Yeah.
I can speak firsthand. I actually just bound new insurance June 1st, so I know that it is possible to get insurance here in Halifax. And, I think there's a bit of misconception that mortgage lenders are not approving people now. We're certainly still getting approvals. I think that sometimes there can be additional due diligence required, especially if we're going to be doing a transaction that's somewhere near where the action's happening. They may put on an additional condition for an appraisal of the property, even though we may not necessarily need it for the transaction. They may just do this because there may be an environmental issue and they want to make sure that that home is obviously in marketable condition.
Right. Okay, Clinton, always great information, my friend. I appreciate you coming into studio.
Thanks, Todd. And, I just want to just say one more time, my heart are with all the homeowners. We're in the housing business. I really feel for people. And I can tell you our customers have been impacted. And, we're putting out a lifeline. So if anybody does need help, feel free to reach out.
Okay, you're the best. Thanks, Clinton.
Thanks for having me.
All right, take care. That's Clinton Wilkins, our mortgage guru. And again, reach out to him. Thank you so much for coming in.